The Drunk Sports Podcast.
Yes, it's time for Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with pod racer Timm. This is a Big Red free Mystery Shotgun, and I'm hoping Mr. Big Red got an opportunity to watch the movie we're going to be talking about. I know Timm didn't, so it's basically going to be me talking about this movie with Timm throwing in some questions.
I have all the questions, Colby.
So the movie in question is Suicide Squad, and I'm going to start off with my spoiler-free review right here. There will be a spoiler review coming up, and it's going to be right after I get done with this one. So if you are interested in watching the movie and you haven't had a chance to yet, by the way, you had like a week to watch it already.
Did we get that assignment last week?
You did.
Okay, because I'll be honest, I was a little drunk on the show last week.
I know you were.
And I don't know that I remember getting that assignment.
So my spoiler-free review of Suicide Squad is this movie is everything it was supposed to be. It is everything it was supposed to be. And I told Timm this before the show. This movie is the epitome of reading a comic book. Like a graphic novel that's, gory and everything you want it to be. The action is nonstop. The idiosyncrasies of every single member of the Suicide Squad is on display. And just the half-assery of some of these squads that have been put together in the past, it showed it all, and it ended up making you care for a lot of these characters. So
it's crazy for a movie like that.
It is
to garner those emotions.
It's one of those movies that, by the way, it's kind of getting ran down because of the recent spread, the new pandemic, the Delta variant or whatever. The theater times aren't getting as much as what they'd hoped, but it is getting quite a bit of viewing that is going on HBO Max, and it did get like a B+ rating across the board on most of your cinema rating sites. So with that being said...
Have you seen numbers?
I haven't seen... I know it didn't make as much in the theaters as they'd hoped.
Right. But there's reason for that.
There is reason for that. But as far as the quality of movie, watched it today, and I just have to tell you, if you have want to watch the Suicide Squad, two things. First of all, there is reasons why it is rated R. There are all kinds of reasons. So,
potty mouth?
I mean, yeah, and gore and everything else. Oh, and I think there were some boobs in there too.
So is it more gory than like regular superhero movies?
Yes.
Like as far as blood and guts and stuff?
Yes, it's pretty darn gory.
All right.
So here is the now spoiler review of Suicide Squad. So again, if you're wanting to watch this and you don't want to hear some of these things, then you need to go do something else for the next, 7-8 minutes. This movie was amazing. This has already started, kids. This movie was, again, it was like reading a comic book. But the opening scenes of Suicide Squad, where you're meeting the squad, and you're meeting your arms fall off boy, and you're, by
the way, greatest superhero character of all time.
So that's Nathan Fillion's character, Javelin. You meet Javelin. Of course, there's Flag, there's Boomerang, there's the Weasel. There's all these characters that you get to meet, and right off the bat, you get the sense of this is probably the worst group of talent I've ever seen in my entire life assembled for a group that's supposed to be attacking this impenetrable island full of army militia. Okay? These guys that have been put together have absolutely no clue. And at the end of it, here comes Harley Quinn. And you're like, well, there's one person that can probably do something. Right. And so in the middle of this fight, there was so much hilarity going on. First of all, one of the characters gets up and he's like, hey, I'm the guy that called you and told you that the bad guys were coming. Y'all are going to let me go, right? And of course, he gets immediately his face just completely blown off, right? But the hilarious part of this, they snuck in what is Flag looks over at TDK or Arm Fall Off Boy, whatever you want to call him, looks over at Nathan Fillion and says, hey, the guy's at 2 o'clock. And so immediately Nathan Fillion looks directly into the camera and you see his arms detach. And everybody that's on the beach that's looking at this go, that's his superpower?
As well they should.
Oh, what is going on? And so his hands go out to these guys firing automatic machine guns, and it just starts Three Stooges to their face. It's just nyuk, 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 and just slapping them around. And after a little bit, when everything starts going to hell and everybody just starts dying randomly, like Javelin dies, I'm sorry, Flawless character, he dies in like the first 10 minutes. It does a camera pan, and there you see the army soldiers finally get mad at the Three Stooges slap of the face, and they just start shooting, right? The arms. And over in the background, you see Nathan Fillion just going, ah, just screaming. It is hilarious.
All right, I'm watching this tomorrow.
All right, so, and then meanwhile, it does the pans, the transitions of Suicide Squad are, because they do this, it's kind of hidden in the background, and it'll say like in smoke or on a toilet earlier, like 8 minutes late or 8 minutes earlier or whatever. Like randomly, it'll just be like in the background, you'll see you're segueing
right
to another spot. So they had a different team coming in, and this is when you get to meet Idris Elba's character and the Polka Dot Man and Rat Catcher 2, and
these all sound like such made-up names.
I mean, they're actual DC villains, right? But the thing is the way this movie is put together, as the action's going, as it's flowing, as you're in the middle of the all-out war thing going on, they have enough time for these little flashbacks and this little flashback or this little story from this person or whatever, and each person you learn to care about, including King Shark, which, by the way, King Shark is now my new favorite. He used to not be like one of my favorite bad guys because he'd only show up in the comic books and he would just like eat random people and go crazy. That would be about it. That's all King Shark was good for. He was never like the ultimate villain, but it took a lot of people to stop him, right? But he was just mainly just hungry. So they took this character and made him basically Groot.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they made him Groot, but a dumb Groot. They made him a dumb Groot that also eats people. Okay? So it's amazing. Oh, there is, never mind. I'm not, you know what? There's
too much of a spoiler?
Maybe too much of a spoiler. But when they go to rescue Flag, it is the most villains trying to do good that end up just still being villains moment that Suicide Squad could produce. And it was amazing.
So this Suicide Squad movie isn't related to the other Suicide Squad movie, right?
I mean,
it's not a continuation or a...
It is, because like Harley knows Boomerang.
Okay.
Like Harley Quinn knows Randall Flagg. Like it's like that movie happened, but they don't really talk about it. It's just it's like, oh hey Boomer, da 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 da.
Right,
and they know each other. And, and Flagg knows them, and so the people that were in the old one, which I think it's only Boomerang, Randall Flagg, and of course Amanda Waller.
Okay.
And Harley Quinn.
Right.
Those folks seem to be like a core point to themselves.
Gotcha.
So, but at any rate, the big star alien being at the end of it, I mean, James Gunn was able to make something like you can't have the ultimate villain be a cloud. It was as close to that as possible, but it was just a giant starfish with an eyeball in its center. Okay, that's it's basically Patrick gone crazy. All right, so this villain who A, makes it super scary, B, makes it super where you think, good God, how are they going to stop this thing, and then also makes it funny looking, all at the same time. It was very well done. And I've seen people on Facebook like, I didn't really like it that much, or it wasn't that great, or MCU was better. Let me just go ahead and tell you now. This movie, Suicide Squad, is better than half of the movies the MCU have put out.
Well, I maintain that the 4-hour Justice League movie that I saw was better than any Marvel movie that I've seen.
The Snyder Cut was amazing, but for the people to put out there that, oh, hey, well, MCU is still better, this movie right here is definitely better than the first two Thors, hands down. Iron Man 3, it's better than that. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it's better than that. So I can go through and name you some Marvel movies that this one definitely tops. And it's Mad Max-like.
Right.
It starts with a fury, and it just keeps going till the end. And by the way, this is a major spoiler. Peacemaker is getting his own HBO Max series.
Which one is Peacemaker?
John Cena's character.
Oh, John Cena. Oh, that's right. John Cena is in it.
And he is amazing.
Is he? I hope so.
He is.
Because he's not amazing in anything he's ever done.
This character will, this could spark him being this character for a long-ass time.
Good.
I mean, it's exactly the character that John Cena needed to play. He is a little bit psychotic.
Right.
A little bit patriotic.
Okay.
And he's also a little bit stuck on himself. And he's probably a lot more psychotic. But he's crazy. The Peacemaker is the dumb jock, used too much steroids, loves America, and will do anything, including kill whatever, for peace.
Now I kind of can't wait to see it.
So, one of the characters I couldn't believe that I just loved was Ratcatcher 2. Ratcatcher 2, and by the way, sub note, the person that plays Ratcatcher 1 in the flashbacks, that's the guy from Love and Thunder and also directed.
Oh, okay.
His name won't come out of my mouth.
Quentin Tarantino.
No. Watiki, what? Oh my God.
John Ford.
Stop saying names because I'm going to say it wrong.
Steven Spielberg. You are listening to live coverage of Colby trying to find the director's name right here on the Mystery Shotgun segment of the Drunk Sports Podcast.
You are. Hold on.
By the way, we do have Summer League NBA on right now, and currently the Golden State Warriors Summer League team leads the Toronto Raptors Summer League team 68-63 with 7:16 left in the fourth period. Colby, back to you.
Okay. Taki Waititi.
Yeah,
so
I'll be saying that for a long time.
Well, so he's also he's the rock monster in Ragnarok.
Right.
He plays him. He also plays Ratcatcher 1 in the flashbacks.
Okay.
And he's going to be, I believe, he's also going to be in Deadpool 2. So
when does that come out?
Well, as soon as the Mouse Ears figures out when that's coming out.
Oh.
So
because they've been working on that a while, right?
Oh no, they have, but Deadpool 3. Sorry, Deadpool 3.
Oh, okay.
3, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, no.
We've already had Deadpool 2, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes, we did. It's Deadpool 3. Sorry.
Gotcha. I'm drunk. I don't know anything.
Well, yeah, there you go. So anyway, look out for the Peacemaker on HBO Max because that should be amazing. It's, you know what it's like? It's like somebody took Sledgehammer from the 80s TV series.
Yeah.
And made him Captain America.
Sledgehammer? I don't think anybody's going to know who Sledgehammer is from the 80s.
You did. I was talking to you.
I know, but I'm an idiot.
So, yeah, that's basically this guy. There's a couple of scenes of them trying to match each other's kills. Idris Elba's character and John Cena's character are trying to match each other's kills, and it just becomes hilarious.
So is he not going to be James Bond anymore?
He still might be, yeah.
Okay.
They're still kicking that around.
I'm looking forward to that, man. I think he'd be really good.
I would love for him to play because
Zimmerman. He could be Blooper Man.
That's the worst thing you still say every single time. That is
James Blonde.
Huh?
James Blonde.
Well, I mean, that's Daniel Craig. And that is your mystery shotgun, everybody.
Thank you, Colby Sapp. Sorry I keep hijacking your mystery shotgun. We are the Drunk Sports Podcast. We are live from Tailgaters and Plano. We are each and every Wednesday night starting at 8 o'clock. We appreciate everybody that's here enjoying the 65-cent wings and enjoying the cold beer, cold drinks.
The Drunk Sports Podcast.